Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at beautyprofessor.net. I hope your summer has been going well. Ours has been flying by, but it's been all good. Many amazing things going on over here. I have some really cool projects in the works that I can't wait to share with you guys. Per usual, I just woke Jethro up from a nap. This guy gets more sleep than all of us, and good for him on that. Hey you, say hello. Today I'm excited to share with you a full face look in under 10 products. In other words, I'm only going to use 9 products. I have chosen these products because of their versatility and their performance and their ease of wear and also their universal appeal. So I'm going to start with a blank canvas and finish up with this look. First, I'll start by applying a priming base all over my face. And in this case, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in shade number 4. I picked this up at the beginning of spring and I've used it non-stop since then. I'm actually almost out of this bottle, which is a testament to how much I love it. To apply, I start by using this extra large doe foot wand and just distributing it all over my face, like so, focusing on the forehead, the cheeks, down the nose, and because it's lightly tinted, it gives a really glowy, even finish that just preps the skin for everything else. I like a dampened beauty blender to make sure that it's evenly distributed all over my face. And I tend to apply this with some wild abandon. You don't need to be precise. Truly, if you have yet to try the Hollywood Flawless Filter, I cannot recommend it enough. I use it like crazy. My mom uses it all the time, and she uses it essentially just as a foundation base. And it just makes your skin look like its best version of itself, whether you're using it as a primer, as an overall base, or on top of makeup as a glowy illuminator. So the utilitarian nature makes this one of my favorite products to date. My second product, of course, is traditional foundation, and I have recently rediscovered the Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation, which I used when it first launched and then for years after that, but I haven't used it in a while, and I've realized how magnificent it is for the summer weather, especially if there's any humidity in the air. My shade in this foundation is the shade Natural, which I find runs darker in this formula than it does in the foundation stick, as well as the original Traceless foundation. So it's perfect for my summertime skin, which always, even with SPF, invariably picks up a tan. So I'm just going to go ahead and pump a couple pumps onto my hand. I'll start with this because a little tends to go a long way, and then I'll distribute it in the center of my face and work outward. So I would say that Natural is apropos for NC 25 to 27 skin, maybe all the way to 30 because it does have some depth. And then I'm going to use the same beauty blender because I'm all about the economy of tools and just go ahead and start blending. You can see that it's instantly providing great medium coverage. And once it sets, it really just looks like perfected natural skin. No obvious texture, and it wears beautifully. My foundation is completely blended in now, and you'll see that I don't like to take it all the way to full coverage. My skin's been behaving lately. I've been taking really good care of it, and I don't mind that my freckles shine through. I don't feel like I need full coverage the same way I have at other points in my life. So truly a pump and a half of this is all I'll need for the whole day, and like I said, it holds up formidably in intense warm weather. So this is my next step complete. I do want to note that I have swatches of every shade in this formula on my blog. You guys know as much as I can, I like to share swatches of the full shade range in a foundation as much as humanly possible, and I know I definitely have that with this particular one, so I will link to that below. Step 3 is concealer, and I am working with the brand new Cle de Peau Radiant Corrector for Eyes. The shade Almond is a good match for my skin nearly year round. This particular formula has medium coverage that is slightly luminous and radiant. You don't get cakiness or any conspicuous finish, so it's really excellent for the orbital region. But you can also use it as a concealer anywhere you have shadows or imperfections on the face, and I love the fact that it's a multitasker. Really excellent for the makeup bag. So I'm going to go ahead and focus application in my under eye region here where I do have some darkness, and then use yet again my same beauty blender to just buff it outward. You'll see that almond is obviously lighter than the Tom Ford foundation that I apply, but I always think it's good to go a little bit lighter under the eyes, just because it brightens things up if you're combating darkness. That being said, once it's buffed in, you can't really see that there's a huge tonal or depth difference between my foundation and the concealer. I'll also go ahead and look at any areas that might require a touch of extra coverage or perfecting, and then buff that out. It's a great midday touch-up product, and like I said, it works beautifully in one's makeup bag, so I highly recommend it. I have swatches of every shade of this new launch on my blog. I will link to that. 3 products in and canvas is complete. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some depth, dimension, and warmth, as well as some illumination, utilizing the new Chantecaille La Serena Bronzer Highlighting Duo. I've reviewed this on my blog. It certainly has gotten lots of play on the internet. Specifically, it's just so perfect for Instagram because of the packaging and beautiful formulas. But even better than all of that, it wears beautifully on the skin. I'm using my Surratt Artistique cheek brush, a daily favorite. I'm going to sweep the bronzer into the hollows of my cheeks. You'll notice that the bronzer on the cheeks is a nice true tan brown. It's not orangey at all, and it does just impart a very natural kind of burnished finish. Of course, sweep some along the perimeters of my face. I like to just pinch my brush when I'm in a hurry and very casually contour my nose, and then I'll sweep a little more across here to kind of warm things up and add continuity. Bronzing is complete. Now I will go ahead and use the same brush, sweep it through the highlighting portion, and focus application in the high points of my face. Upper cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, a bit more in the center of the forehead. I love putting highlighter right here, and then a bit more on the chin and Cupid's bow, just very lightly. So you have this nice bronzing, illuminating finish that looks really natural. And I'm going to move on to blush. And today I'm working with the Prairie Cellular Radiance Cream Blush in Peach Glow. I've been using this since the beginning of Beauty Professor, so going on almost 7 years. And Peach Glow is just like the easiest shade to wear year round. I apply it on the apples of my cheeks very lightly, just tapping in, and then just kind of rubbing outwards, making sure that it just looks like a natural flush on the cheek rather than a defined shape. What's beautiful about this blush is it's buildable, it goes on sheer, you can build it to medium opacity, and it has a tender, creamy radiance that just looks really natural and fresh, dewy, and youthful. And with blush, I think that's the way to go. For eyes, I'm going to be working with the MAC Aaliyah collaboration palette, and this palette is called Age Ain't Nothing, and it has 9 shades, and it is fantastic. I have worn it for a day out, an evening out, and even for like a 20-hour day of travel on multiple planes going across the country. And I find that all of these shadows are pigmented, buttery, fairly crease resistant. I'm going to work with the Laura Mercier Clay Smudge Brush. I like this domed tip, and I'm going to apply this peachy pink shade. You'll notice that the shades in this palette range all the way from cool silver to charcoal and this beautiful purple, which I put in the crease. A couple of golds, both a radiant one and more of a matte one, a brown, a taupe, this peach, which is my favorite. You can see it's received heavy wear, and then a dark kind of smoky matte brown. Start by applying at the center of the eye and then moving outward. Buffing it all in very thoroughly. Go ahead and take a bit more along my lower lash line to kind of diffuse this look a bit all the way up to the brow bone, which is a look I like to do. I'm going to work with this luminous gold next. Use the same brush and just tap it in and blend it all the way up to my brow bone. The shimmer finishes on this particular palette are so flattering. They're not chunky, glittery. They're just a really finely milled, very sophisticated radiance. And I'm going to put one more gold in here. I feel like this eye looks like you spent a lot more time on it than you really have, especially once you get to mascara. And that I always think is the sign of an excellent eyeshadow formula. Just finished my other eye, and I want to close by saying that I do believe that this palette is limited edition, but well worth picking up, tracking it down. I feel like the colors are just so balanced. They're very rich and, like I said, very high performance. So if you're into shades like this, like I am, then I would recommend tracking it down and getting it while you still can. To finish the eye look, I'm just going to be applying mascara next. And I'm working with the Beauté Lash-Expert Twist Brush Mascara. I have demonstrated this on numerous occasions, both in videos and on my blog, but really I've been using it nonstop since January. The fact that I've been so consistent about this formula, I think, is just a demonstration of my love for it. I am so impressed with this mascara every time I apply it because it effortlessly lengthens, and then with the twist of a brush you can get back in there and volume. Now that I've lengthened, go ahead and put it back in the tube, twist the brush down. Now it is in volumizing mode, and go back through my lashes again. This adds depth, volume, fullness, just guaranteeing that your lashes are at their maximum. We are 7 products in and this face is almost complete, but of course we need lips. So today I'm going to show you a brand new launch from Cle de Peau. This is the Cashmere lipstick, which is velvety, smooth, suede finish with so much pigmentation and color payoff. Just beautiful. Now I always show you peachy pinks and nudes, so I'm moving into just a pure pink territory. This shade is 105 Flower Power, and it's such a gorgeous pink. I think it'll look beautiful on a spectrum of skin tones, and so I'll just go ahead and apply it straight from the bullet so you can see what this looks like. As you can see, I'm applying it without lip liner, just from the bullets. You can see how it works with the perimeters of the lips. It's such an effortless formula because you don't really need liner to get a full coverage effect. And it's very hydrating, even though it has that suede velvet finish. So there are 8 new shades in this formula, and I will be swatching all 8 of them for you. So make sure to take a peek at the blog, which will be linked down below so that you can see all the shades. But this one is Flower Power. Now, I promised that I would achieve this full look in 9 products or less, and I'm making good on that promise. So product number 9 today is the Giorgio Armani Neo-Nude Powder in 5.5. I'm on my second compact of this because it's just such a great kind of skin finisher and also a touch-up powder throughout the day. It has a glowy gossamer finish and also a touch of coverage, so it evens things out without looking conspicuous. And so I actually use the brush that comes with it, and this never happens. I'm always using my own brushes, but in this case, the fan brush works really well with the formula. And I'm gonna brush it just in areas where I tend to get a little extra shiny and where I wanna make sure that my makeup is set and in place for the entire day. What's great is that it doesn't have a powdery finish, and even though it does mitigate unwanted shine, it doesn't leave your skin looking matte, which is not a look I'm going for here. So concludes my 9 product face, which will perform really well all day long because of the longevity of the products and the quality of the formulas and finishes. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and were inspired by the notion of creating a full face in under 10 products. And I cannot say enough great things about the products that I use today. All of them have been tested thoroughly and have proven to be well worth the pursuit and well worth the investment. As said before, there are swatches of so many of the products I've discussed today on my blog, so I'll make sure to link to everything below. Please come by and visit. I have a lot of great video content in the works, and as always, please don't hesitate to leave your requests in the comment box. I'm also working on, of course, a Nordstrom Anniversary Sale Shopping Guide, which I'll come back and link to even in this video because it's going to go live on Thursday when early access for the sale starts, and I'll also be a ton of pictures of the products that I picked out and purchased and brought home. So make sure to stay tuned for that. I hope your summer continues to go well, and I look forward to creating more content for you in the very near future. Take care, and thanks for watching. More soon.